Okay, the sails are fairly straightforward. They just clip. They just rest right here and come right off. These have little pieces of wire on them to make them hold on right. There's wire inside of them too to keep them their shape, and they stack up real nice. The only thing to keep in mind when you put them on, sometimes getting them under the crow's nest can be a little weird, right? So just keep that in mind. And then they just all come off. And I imagine most of the time, unless you're having some kind of a game where it's like, maybe you're chasing down the ship and trying to disable it or something like that, like the sails are not going to be on. They just get in the way of everything. One other thing to note, one of the sails is shorter than the others. That's the one that goes back here. It's the only one that'll fit. The other one, the three big ones go on the top. There's two medium sized that go here, and then the short one goes in front of where the captain goes. So I imagine most of the time this is how you'll start. So you've got the two crow's nests. These, I mean, technical terms don't matter. These are called the rat lines right here, right? Where they attach to the side of the ship. These attach very simply. It's hard to, maybe you can tell. There's just a gap right here, and this flat part slides between the gap and holds it down. You really can't tear them or anything, but if you want it to look and have the wind not flapping around or whatever, that's where you want to hold them. The masts themselves just slide right up, okay, and then they come off. And it might be hard to tell from the photo, because this is important when you put it together, that the bracing, see how it's straight? That goes forward. That goes to the front of the ship, right? The masts actually rake a little bit. If you don't put them in that way, they don't really fit right. They look weird. So that's the right way to put them in. So when you're installing the masts, start with this one. Just make sure this hole's lined up. You know, it's pretty easy to tell if it's crooked. Once this hole's lined up, you can really start with either. These front and rear ones can be a little tricky. You don't want to, like, especially in the middle of the ship, you don't really want to force them in super hard. But what you can do, I don't know if you can see in here, the way these doors are bayed, you can actually look in these doors and see where the hole is. And then that'll help you get it in, right? So there's a door there and a door on the back. I did put some wood, so there's reinforcement. Each one of the spars has wood inside of it, and then there's some wood and glue in the middle. So they've got some strength to them, but if they get forced in over and over again, they'll start to fall apart. Okay, so next, well, you've got the cannons. They can be, harpoons. They can be whatever. You can just leave them off. It doesn't matter. So both of these floor sections come up. You just want to use this where the mast was to pull that up. These railings are made out of wood, so there's some strength in there, all right? And then all the chairs fell over. There's some furniture, and you can rearrange the furniture however you want, right? So you've got a room there, and then you have the pilot house, the room back here. Same, this just comes up. And then you can see on the interior there. I might make some external stairs to sit on there. But technically, do you see these hatches? So this hatch and this hatch, this one too, are the ways to the interior of the ship, right? So there is no hatch to get the interior from the captain's quarters, right? So those are your 3 ways in, your 4 ways in, depending on how you look at it. There's a little thing that you can make that sits on top that looks like a door. It just gets in the way and takes up deck space. So I think just for your characters and pointing that out to them, that those are the entrances to get to the bottom. Oh, this little gangplank, it just slides up and off, If you see that little white piece, just fits between the deck right? And it just slides in. So getting the whole middle deck off, kind of the same. You just want to use the holes that are already here. You can just lift it up right by the middle. Again, I put wood bracing on the bottom of this to give it some strength. So you can just grab it right by the middle. Now for the interior, this wall is permanent. All these other walls, and there are a few more, they're movable, right? I might cut the doors in them, but some of them have doors. Like that one has one door, that one has two doors. These short walls, there's short walls right here. They're designed to go between the sections, probably not there, but they can go in between these two sections, right? These stairs, I've got a couple sets of stairs. You can include them or not. They take up space, but you would put these below those hatches that I pointed out on the top. I've got lots of crates and stuff and furniture I built over time. These are generic kind of cubes that I just have different things on them for cargo. Some bunk beds or some hammocks. So if you want to, needed the crew to sneak in and do something, maybe there's sleeping crew members, just kind of whatever you want to do with this, right? You put in a wall, and that back area could be the like the brig, and you got somebody out. Just whatever you want. I just wanted to throw this video together so you could see real quick how to put it together and take it apart. A couple other notes, if you didn't notice another one. All these windows, they're actual windows, right? So you can see through them. Same thing with the hatches, So you could do some cool things with tea lights or something like that, if they're trying to sneak into the ship at night. Although we all play in the daytime, but if you did play at night, you could turn the lights down and just have the characters see the lights coming in the back. And then as they sneak up to the ship, you kind of illuminate the ship a little bit more. Just neat little stuff. All right. Hope you guys have as much fun using it as I did building it.